Raphael Varane and Manchester United are on the verge of completing this historic transfer. The player and the club have got to a point where the personal terms have gone beyond just no problem. They're almost fully reached and agreed to, where the final decision of Raphael Varane will be to join Manchester United Football Club. Situation has now advanced massively. After, of course, securing Jadon Sancho, Manchester United, as mentioned, are on the verge of completing this deal for Raphael Varane. Discussions are open between Manchester United and Real Madrid. United know what they need to do to get the deal done. No official bidders come in. That will happen as soon as the personal terms are signed, sealed, and delivered. But from the majority of tier one journalists across Europe and the UK, this deal is closing in towards being completed. Manchester United are on the verge of signing one of the best centre-backs in the world for around 50 million euros. We're also having a 200k celebration tonight as the football terrace parties 200,000 subscribers on YouTube. Make sure you've hit that like button. Make sure you hit that share button. Here we go. Thank you, everybody, for helping us achieve the 200,000 subscriber mark. We'll, of course, delve into that a little bit later on in the show. I just cannot express to you the joy, pride, but sense of the humbleness that you sort of put in me each and every single day. That so many of you, we've in the last like 60 days alone, we've had over 4.1 million unique viewers watch the Football Terrace, which is just out of this world to me. So a massive thank you to each and every single one of you. If you're brand new to the Football Terrace, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to the Terrace. We're talking Raphael Varane. We're going to be bringing Jess on some more of the crew a little bit later. Of course, we want to hear from you all as well in the comments section. I will open up the lines later on tonight as well, as you're having a little bit of a digital shindig. And it's funny, really, because I'd love to do something face-to-face, but at the same time, it's a digital platform, and I kind of want to share the experience with all of you, my viewers, as well. Now, Raphael Varane. We all knew this was closing in, but the world and its dog have just sent me. I went out for dinner this evening with the kids, right? Went out for dinner this evening with the kids. Went to a Smith and Western, which is basically like a country and western. I don't even think it's meant to be country western. It's like an American diner. Like, you know, in England, we have two kind of American diners. They're either like Grease Lightning, like with sort of pink cars, and it's all a little bit sort of Sandy and all that, right? Or it's like Cowboys. Do you know what I mean? That's what this one was. It was like country and western, Cowboys, line dancing and all that jazz. Sweet Home Alabama played about 4 times. It was great fun. I do like, I don't even know if that is proper American culture. I'm so ignorant, but it was great. Anyway, before I left, all the Varane news started to come out. I was texting people. I was like, I've got to go out, but I need to know what's going on. And essentially, it is on the verge of being a completed deal. Personal terms have never, ever been a problem, but conversations between Raphael Varane's camp and Manchester United have advanced dramatically. It is at a point where personal terms are being drawn up to contractual level. Once this is done, Manchester United will hold enough confidence this deal isn't going to fall through to put in an official bid into Real Madrid. Currently, formal inquiries have gone in so that Manchester United have an understanding of how much it would cost to bring Raphael Varane in to Manchester United Football Club. That fee will be circular 50 million euros. It could be slightly higher than that. It might be slightly less than that. Clubs tend not to actually reveal this information. That's kind of being guessed at now by some very informed people. But it's going to be around 50 million euros to bring him in. He has informed Real Madrid on a number of occasions that he does not want to stay. He isn't happy with the contract offer they gave him, and he wants to try something new. And the Premier League could be that for him. Manchester United are the front runners. If he does join the Premier League, he wants it to be Manchester United. The status of the club, the size of the club, the history of the club. And I also believe the current position of Manchester United attracts him massively. He wants to be part of the rebirth almost of this team in the contemporary sense of the word when it comes to challenging for trophies. This deal was, as I've said, is closing into being completed. Talks are now very, very advanced between the two. And what makes me very confident of this isn't just the journalists that you all know that I speak to on a regular basis, but it's the plethora of journalists, news outlets, and publications across the continent that are all reporting variations of the same situation, not reiterating one story across 10 different publications, but it's the volume of credible tier ones from the UK, France, Portugal, and of course Spain that are pushing this out. Local networks that barely cover transfer stories in Spain talking about this in high regard. In my opinion, and I will put my neck on the line here, this bit isn't what I've heard or been told. This is my opinion coming now. Raphael Varane will sign for Manchester United Football Club. He will wear the famous red shirt. He'll play his football in front of the Stretford end next season. And I am very, very excited indeed about this deal going through. I do want your thoughts and your feelings on it right now, which would be amazing if you could do that. Get your comments in. And there's a lot of people watching on Twitter and on Twitch as well. If you're watching on Twitter, please give us a retweet. That would be amazing if you could do that. If you're watching on Twitch, please follow. And of course, the wonderful people over here on YouTube, where we did today reach 200,000 subscribers. As I say, very, very humbled by that indeed. We have a super chat here that says, congratulations, Terry, for getting 200K. Thank you. I will address that a little bit later on in the show. I promise you I will. Terry has Fabrizio said it isn't done. That's cool. I mean, I'm kind of taking a leaf out of Dean Jones's book. I'm not going to discredit or slam a journalist. No, I need to say another journalist. I'm not going to say that because I'm not a journalist, but I'm not going to slag off another journalist's thoughts and feelings on this. My view is through the people that I've spoken to and the quality of journalists, the Jorge Calabreses of this world, the Mohammed Pasfaris, these individuals are highly credible, and they're all stating very similar information to what I've received earlier on this evening. They are spouting the same stuff, that this deal is advanced. This deal is motoring towards being done. The volume of, like I've said before, unless Real Madrid have been feeding this information into all these different outlets so they could perform like, or kind of try to sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Finesse one of the biggest U-turns in the history of transfers. This deal's going forward. He may not be, in some people's eyes, it may not be advanced yet, but for me, it is. You don't turn down 3 contracts from Real Madrid and keep Man United hanging on this. It just doesn't work like this. There's too many people involved now. It's going to happen. It's going to be done as far as I'm concerned. I see a man like I test in the comment section. I hope you're doing well, young man. Thank you, Aaron Lloyd, for the congratulations. It means a lot. United are actually impressing me. Do you want to know one of the most impressive things is about this deal for Raphael Varane, and it just isn't being discussed enough? He wasn't a target. Pau Torres, Jules Koundé, number 1, number 2 targets defensively for Manchester United this summer. United got offered the opportunity to go after Varane. The way we handled it, we didn't drop a bird in the hand to chase 2 in the bush, but we did our diligence. We made sure we were certain that he was interested before we even started having informal talks with Real Madrid. We put together a comprehensive and attractive package to the player very, very quickly. The response time was impeccable. We demonstrated to the player that we're a club that he wants to be at. Raphael Varane is a 4-time Champions League winner. 4 times Champions League winner, and he wants to come and play for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Manchester United in the direction that we're going in as a football club. But at the same time as us negotiating all of this and getting it to a point where it's very close to being completed, we've continued to talk to the likes of Jules Koundé. One of the reasons and one of the factors that he said no to conversations with Tottenham, because he's waiting to see what happens. There is still this 5% chance that he turns around and changes his mind at the 11th hour and says, actually, I'm going to go to Real Madrid. I'm going to re-sign and stay at Real Madrid. I'm not going to come to Manchester United. Of course, that remains a possibility, but the fail-safe is there. We haven't given up conversations with the Pau Torreses and the Jules Koundés, who would both still like to join Manchester United Football Club. So for me, as far as I'm concerned, This deal is a 95% completed deal. No 90% club anymore. It's a 95% club. But I think it will happen. Personally, I think it's going to happen. I think by the early part of next week, the official bid will going from Manchester United. It'll either be accepted. There might be a few structural issues that they want to resolve, how quickly they get the money. It will be a 5-year contract with Raphael Varane, I think, or 4 years plus one. We will look to spread the cost of this transfer over that period, which is normal. Maybe Real Madrid want a bit more of it up front. We know that they've had financial difficulties like a lot of teams in La Liga, but it's an amazing piece of business by Manchester United, and one that we all know we're very, very excited to see come off. And what's the impact then going to be on the rest of the Premier League? Now, Arsenal doing bits in the transfer market. The likes of City and Chelsea and Liverpool have been a little, not slow, but they haven't landed anything yet. Maybe United bringing in Sancho and Raphael Varane is going to have that knock-on effect, because that is two world-class talents that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has secured. And for me, I'm very, very excited indeed. Going to start bringing some of the panel on now to have their say and everything else about this deal. Man like Tonks Cole here says, do you recall my promise? You make a lot of promises. Did you say if we sign, I swear you said if we sign Raphael Varane, you're going to give me like $2,000 or something in a super chat. Maybe that's too much. No, I think you said the $300 or something along those lines, but I think that's what you said. But it's hard to remember, Tonks. You make a lot of promises. Remind me, my friends, and thank you for that super chat. I appreciate it. Dean Wiki, long-term time viewer, and of course, member of the Football Terrace. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you to the beautiful game. I appreciate your kind words there. Got Igal backstage waiting to come on as well and have you say. Lincoln says, Maguire and Varane at the back. We are acting like a big club. Mate, that's gargantuan. It's gargantuan. Raphael Varane. Honest to God. I think it's the biggest transfer coup in the last 10 years at Man United. I'm trying to think of another player that we shouldn't have ever been able to have signed that we did. Maybe as far back as getting Rio Ferdinand from Leeds United when Leeds United were a good team. Maybe that's it. But there we go. I'm going to bring some of the panel on there to have their say about this deal. We're going to have a few drinks. I am having a few vodka and cokes tonight because I'm in a good mood. Wayne here says, Terry, I can honestly say congratulations, and I think Man United will be the team to beat next season. Well, thank you for the congratulations, and I truly hope that we are the team to beat. But Raphael Varane is going to be a Man United player. Jadon Sancho, the most creative young player in the history of European football. Rashford, one of the best inside forwards in the world. Cavani leading that line. The best goal-scoring midfielder in world football. One of the best midfielders in the world in Paul Pogba. Listen, Ollie has no excuses. He has none. There is zero. We've got Maguire, the best centre-back, the best English centre-back in the Premier League, in the top 5 centre-backs in Europe now, in my opinion. It's going to be an amazing campaign. There's no matter what. Comment here says, Lo, I don't even remember. $500 super chat. If and when it happens, congrats, Terry. Great platform, really. Listen, Tonks, I can't hold you to that because that's your money, my brother, and I appreciate it. But if we sign him and you super chat that in, then again, you already have my respect. But then it will just be a case of, I don't know what to say to you, my friend. But thank you very much indeed. A lot of people laughing at what I said about Rashford. Rashford is one of the best inside forwards in the world. He is. You know, find me one that's been scoring more goals than him at his age. We'll be waiting. So find me 5 that have outscored him on the left. Top 5 leagues. Top 4 leagues. I ain't doing no French thing. Top 4 leagues. Find me 5 that have outscored him in the last 2 years. I'll be sitting here waiting for you. Let's bring some of these people on here. My brother Igal's here. The lovely Jess is here. The wonderful Lincoln's in the house. How are we all doing, people?
Yo, what's good, Terry?
Doing good, man.
Can I start off, guys? I just want to say, Terry, congratulations. First of all, You've been doing YouTube, I think for about 9 years now, or 10 years. I can't remember exactly how many years you've been doing it, but I think you started in 2012. Am I correct?
I started my own channel in 2013. Yes.
Okay. So from the grind and from people telling you, you know what, you can't do it, to you shouldn't be doing it, or fights, arguments, all little personal things that you might have to go through to get yourself to where you are today, to making it your full-time job, doing it, having a bunch of people on, growing the community of the Football Terrace community, having my back and everyone else's back throughout every single argument or situation they've had on social media, and going to the level of where you've created a community of people through lockdown, where everyone was going through their own mental health issues, everything else, keeping people sane and having something to do. I generally, from the bottom of my heart, respect you so much, and thank you for everything you've done for everybody who watches your shows. You keep growing upwards and onwards. You know what? From thick and thin, I got your back. Everyone here's got your back, and respect. Next thing, it's not 300, it's not 400K, it's 500K, then 1 million, and we keep going. Big up to you, bro.
I do appreciate that, mate. So a massive thank you for for saying that and everything else. It does mean a great deal to me. It truly does. I think interestingly, like what you say there about like how long I've been doing it. What's really interesting is I think the first 4 years I did it, it was very hit. I'd sometimes go like, I don't know, 3 months without doing a video at times and stuff like that. And it was just a hobby. And 2017, I just thought, you know what? I saw a lot of people doing really well. And I just thought I want it to be my job. That was my aim. I wanted YouTube to be my job once I saw that it was possible. And the last three to 4 years have just been such a roller coaster ride. And to now be doing this full time, it's just humbling for me. So listen, I appreciate that everyone says thanks for me helping them and giving them platforms and whatever, but I couldn't have the terrace here if it wasn't for everybody else. And KJ knows the next thing that I want to achieve from the terrace, and it isn't even really for me. And I will say it publicly because I'm quite open. I want to achieve a point with the terrace where the next thing I want to achieve is the ability to be able to reach out to the majority of the diehards that have been with me from almost day one until and recent people. I want to be able to employ everyone, so everyone earns a living from the football. That's my on my kids' life. That's my goal. I'd love to be able to turn into you for and be like, right, I want to employ you all full time and pay you a living to be able to work for us. That's my next aim on the terrace, because I feel like it's kind of, I don't know what I'd call it, but like Operation Give Back. I want to be able to like give back in that way. That's the kind of person I am and what I want to do with it. And why irony in it is I've had a lot of stick in the last 9 months for running it more like a business, but it's like, but I want to be able to give back to people, and to give back to people, I have to run it like a proper business. If I don't, then it's never gonna. Imagine give people a job and in 3 months, yeah, sorry, we won't run it like a business and gone bankrupt. Your jobs are all finished. Like I need to do it right. So that's the kind of aim. So when I've had a lot of stick recently about taking it too seriously and doing it too professionally, it's like, yeah, but there's an end goal, and the end goal is to hopefully help everybody as best I can. But thank you, Igal. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you.
Yeah. Just to add on what Igal said. Yeah, Terry. You know how long I've been in a live chat on Football Terrace right now, and then transitioning from the live chat to kind of on a slash live chat slash on screen role on Football Terrace. You know how long I've been associated with the Football Terrace. I've been there since 5 digit number of subscribers. It's just been a wild journey, and even I'm like, even the content that you put out every day is like, wow, like is man just getting retweeted about all these accounts saying, Terry and Dean Jones on the Football Terrace said this. Like a few years, like during the first lockdown, I never thought that the Football Terrace could get to that stage, and it has, man. It's just you love to see it, man. You really do love to see it. And personally, I'd like to thank you for allowing me to grow myself and actually do stuff like we're doing Football Terrace, but then with other stuff like how I'm doing like wrestling content right now. I won't plug myself just yet, but I'm doing wrestling content right now, and you just give me the confidence and the ability to go ahead and do that stuff right now. I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much, man.
All right, bro. Listen, it's cool, and actually, you're one of the first names I remember in the comment section. Like you were there you were step down from safe stalking. It was like there every day. What's this guy doing? But listen, I appreciate that, mate. And it's weird really, because I never thought I could get it to this level. Not because like I didn't think this kind of level would exist. Does that make sense? So when I first started, it was purely I used to do a match preview once a week and a match review once a week. That was all that YouTube was for. And I didn't really think about, I'd upload the video. Sometimes I'd go 3 days without even checking what happened to it. I'd be like, oh, did it get views? Who commented? I don't know. So yeah, to be here now, and like, it's funny you say that about the aggregators. Like a couple of them have like messaged me going, oh, can we share some of your news? I'm like, yeah, could you come to us early with it? I'm like, yeah. I haven't said this to them because I don't want to break any new relationships, but I'm like, do you know how many times I've like messaged you and you've ignored me in the last 7 years? And now suddenly you're like, can you give us the news early? I'm like, of course, like I'm not going to be funny about it, but it's kind of nice to have gone to a certain point. And Snack have made that massively possible by the introductions into the likes of Peter O'Rourke. And what's really interesting is quite a few of these aggregators now who run their own websites that are trying to become publications in their own right are like, oh, could you introduce us to Dean and to Pete? We'd like them to like write for us or do this for us. And it's funny how the first 2 or 3 shows we did, everyone was like, oh, it's not Fabrizio. I don't care. And it's like, oh, but Simon Phillips really likes Dean Jones. So maybe. And it's nice. It's really nice to see that growth, mate. It's so I appreciate that. DTS Dan Man says, hi, mate. Just want to say I've subscribed since 15K. And I remember what hung a YouTube video at West Ham United in 2018. What I mean, do you mean remember a watch along? It might be watch along YouTube video for West Ham United in 2018. Yeah, I don't. You know what's mad? I don't remember that video. I've done too many individuals. I remember doing a like a vlog when I went to West Ham away, and it all got really hairy afterwards. But I was all right because I've got a West Ham accent basically. So I actually lied. Some geezer looked at me, goes, "Do you support?" I was like, "I'm fucking hammers, bro. But where are these mank bastards?" Just so they left me alone. I probably started out like one of them boys. It was easy, had to be done because they were going to kick my head in. I don't really need any more praise right now. Thanks, like for everyone. That's nice. Otherwise, I just feel like it's a bit like, oh, me. Yes, I'd like to ask you a question about the transfer news this evening. Raphael Varane, Man United are closing in on the deal. Give me your thoughts, please.
I mean, I'd like to act like this is like not a big deal and he's just a pace merchant and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's a good deal. It looks good. You guys look serious, you know. When it started to become more, I would say more credible, you know, I was like, yeah, it looks like Manchester United really trying to get this done. Very clean deal. Seems like you guys are doing it the right way. The perfect partner for Maguire, in my opinion. Like there needs to be a not necessarily a ball playing center back, but somebody else that is just better, you know, than Lindelof, you know, and I think that's going to be one of the best center back pairings on paper. You know, we know the game is not played on paper. They could get out there, you know, and it could fall apart. But at the same time, on paper, that looks really good. And then Luke Shaw for the left, you know, you guys are probably going to get a new right back maybe. That's solid, you know, so fair play to you guys. Good deal, you know, and there's a lot of Arsenal fans that are freaking out because they're like, well, we're going to pay 50 million for Ben White. You guys are going to pay something similar, if not less, for Varane. Fair play, you know, so I think it's going to go through. I don't even think you guys have anything to worry about. I know some people are like, no way he'd come to Manchester United, but, you know, Manchester United is a huge club. Like, I don't see why he wouldn't. I mean, the pool is massive. Like, this is not Manchester United of old. Ollie's at the wheel, but still he's excited or wants to come to Manchester United still. So that just shows the pool of Man U. And, you know, so fair play, you know, good for you guys. Hopefully it falls apart, you know, hoping. I love a little bit of, you know, there. But yeah, fair play.
No, listen, I get why people would want it to fall through. It's just one of those. Varane's never a player I felt. If you even go back to some of the early videos, you know, when we're chatting to Dean about it, and he's like, yeah, United just feel like he's using them essentially, or it's not real. I didn't even want to get carried away with it, but it's just stayed. It feels a bit like, I always give this example. It's like if Michelle Keegan asked me out, I'd be like, where's the hidden camera? I'm being pranked here. I'm getting punked, right? That's how it would feel. But it's like, nah, she keeps asking me. Like, she's practically moved in. She wants to marry me. That's how this feels right now. It's that kind of level of shock. Michelle Keegan, if you're watching, 100%, I would marry you tomorrow. If you want to leave Mark Wright, just let me know, please, Shell. Mark Wright ain't got 200,000 subs on YouTube talking football, has he? Do you know what I mean? Just saying. Just saying, like you ain't got that. Cam's in the house. By the way, it's been really cool seeing Cam and Igal meet each other in the flesh. It was when I saw the picture. Honestly, can I ask you a question? Yeah. Have you met each other before?
No.
When I met, the only person new to the Terrace I've met since like we've all been doing this was Jem. He come and met me for some food in London. I felt like I was looking at a celebrity because I've only ever seen him via a TV screen or on my phone. Does that make sense? And I was like, I know you, but I don't know you. Was it kind of weird seeing each other face to face?
Not really.
You know what's weird? You can't tell how tall or short somebody is. So when you look at someone through a screen, you just have an impression of what they look like. You don't really know what their actual like build is. So it's like when you meet them for the first time, you're like, oh I thought you were this, or like I thought you were shorter or bigger, or
Cam, this is the first time I'm seeing you without your hair. This is like the first time I'm seeing that. Looks awesome. You look good. Nice.
Are you saying you look like shit before?
That's not what I'm saying.
I mean, I clean up well. Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we all made those jokes about when we all meet in real life about how who's gonna be taller than KJ, and then by how much in it, like what 5
KJ's pretty short. KJ's like 5'1".
Is he?
Me and Igal are the same height, so it wasn't.
Don't lie.
That day's gonna be.
Take a picture. You're the same height as me. You're like an inch taller than me, if that.
How tall are you, Cam?
I'm 5'9". Igal's probably like 5'10".
Oh.
So like, it wasn't a big difference. We're same build, same shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, I wanted to say, Varane, if this shit, I'm sorry for swearing. If that happens, I'm gonna be like, yo, you know what? Manchester United have no excuses. You guys just got Sancho. You guys got Varane. You guys were second in the league last year. Anything less than progression to win the league is like, you know what? A lot of your fans are gonna be upset, and I get it. Because you guys are doing absolute madness. If you guys get Camavinga on top, just 3 signings. This is the first time I can say, you know what, 3 signings of world-class potential players in Sancho, Varane, who's already, in my opinion, world-class in Varane, and Camavinga, who has the scope to become that level. Wow, like that's scary. Definitely scary.
I mean, that's kind of what us United fans have been asking all along from the Glazers. I mean, by the way, still Glazers up. Just because we got Sancho over Varane and Camavinga doesn't mean that it's Glazers in all of a sudden. But we had that's what we've been asking. Like, not just spend like 200 million on these 3 signings that don't even make like 10 appearances in the season. Like, make smart signings. Even if it's obvious or not. Like Sancho solves our right flank. Varane partners Maguire. Camavinga better than McFred. It's just smart signings, and even go ahead and get Trippier on the back of that.
Yeah, I mean, look, Camavinga's not going to happen. Like Camavinga to Man United is just he would rather stay in France. He then has ideals on big boys in Spain. United would be a third choice for him. So there's a lot of obstacles for us to get over. But Varane, Trippier is definitely something United are going to revisit. I love the fact that it gives us no excuses because I'm actually to a point. If I run YouTube and I run social media accounts, I would ban Ollie in and out the base. Not because any group makes bad points or good points, but you've all said your point. You don't need to. Why it's become jarring is I know that some Man United fans want us to lose, so Ollie's gone. I know some Man United fans think, well, it's like you've told us now once, twice, 3 times a lady. I don't need to hear it again. What I kind of want is a line to be drawn and said, right, this is what the squad's going to be. These are the expectations. Now let's wait and see what happens to a degree. We'll review in each individual game, but let's see what happens. But certainly looking to make some amazing signings. I've got a few super chats I've got to do here quickly. Sorry, Cam. This one's from Baz, who's also from Canada, who says, congrats, Terry and the TFT panel. It's been an absolute pleasure witnessing this ride and looking forward to what comes. What comes next should be better. Like what we've got planned should be better. The new Premier League build-up shows all start very, very soon indeed. We've got lots of plans coming, of course, with the wonderful people at Snack. Sage here says, congrats on 200K, brother. Timo is better than R9. Now, that's an interesting one. Lone Tonks says, not around at the live shows as much as I'd like because of work and to save for my own stream setup, but congratulations You're competing against what? Nah, joking. You do your thing, brother. You do your thing, man. You do your thing. That's another one of those weird rumors about me. Terry don't like people streaming. Okay, that's true. I love the rumors. Comment here that says, Terry, you made me look at football from a different perspective. Found the channel a year ago and I kept coming back because you make amazing content. Well, listen, my brother from Denmark, thank you very, very much indeed. I appreciate those kind words. But Cam,
let's talk.
I mean, you can sit here and shower me of compliments if you want. You don't need to do that. We are talking football as well. What's your take though first on the Raphael Varane deal?
Your showering will come when I'm over there and we're getting drunk, bro. We already know that's happening. So yes. Don't worry. Drinks on I think drinks will be on both of us because I know you make probably, drinks will probably be on me. We'll see. And Jess will be there.
Brother, you have like a summer house, like you own 2 properties, right? So listen, my brother, like
what?
I don't own 2 properties. I go up to the cottage and I spend time at the lake house. They're not mine. They're in said family that I'm in. So it's not mine. I'm not rich. A gal came to my house. I'm not rich. I do welcome.
When I was a kid, right, there was always this. Maybe it's a working class thing growing up in like poor areas of the UK. Because of all you saw of America and Canada on TV was like big houses, big yards, everyone in a swimming pool. You just naturally assumed that all Americans are rich, like and Canadians are rich. It was just like, you're all rich. Look at your house.
A lot of land, Terry.
Yeah, but so when I went to my friend's house when I was about 16, I stayed in Ottawa for like a good 2 months. And I don't know why I asked the question. I just said to someone, like, how much do these houses cost here? Because these were huge. And when they told me how cheap they were compared to like homes in London, I was like, my family could afford to live like kings out here, house-wise. I was like, £200,000 for like a 6-bedroom house with this huge garden and pool. I was like, what's going on? Literally, where I live, you're lucky to get a 1-bedroom flat for 300 grand. It's crazy. But anyway,
Varane.
But you have to think about conversion also.
Yeah, so with Varane, I want to talk about this because my FIFA 2020 team, I'm going to get real with you, 2020 or 2019, consisted of Varane at center back beside Maguire after Maguire came in, Sancho on the right, and Sam Niguez in the middle. But this was before Bruno was even a thing, right? Terrace changed all this, isn't it? Yeah. So the truth be told, this is something I always dreamed about happening. Never thought it would happen. Like up until even the last few days, I'm still scared because I followed that Ramos stuff all the way to the end until he basically like laughed in our faces and was like, "Yeah, I was never going to go to United." So with Varane, I had the same feeling up until recently, where it's like even Fabrizio did a whole video just on Varane to United. He did a 6-minute video just being like, "Guys, it's real. Like Varane's not doing what he said." He literally said in the video, he's not wasting time like Ramos did. He has no interest in that. He actually wants a new challenge. And the fact that he's looked at United and said, that's the new challenge I want to take on, that shows you what's happening here. So, I mean, the Ollie out, Ollie in thing's done. Everything, when it comes to next year, it's time to prove it. Like everybody will, if you're a United fan, you could just dead that. I agree with you. There shouldn't be that conversation. It's how do we do next year? If we're contending all the way to the end, to the last 2 weeks, we're in it. Nobody can be unhappy with what happened because that means Ollie got all the players he wanted in and he did what he's supposed. Yes, winning is supposed to happen. But if City go and get Jack Grealish, let's all not kid ourselves. Like they'll still be the best team in the league. I just want to see us compete head to head with them. I want to see us actually win a trophy in one of the smaller tournaments. And like, if we win a League Cup, it's funny when City wins a League Cup or when we won a League Cup, it was like, oh, it's just a League Cup, but we need to win a trophy. So in my opinion, and I know Neeks asked it he asked it the other day, a poll, would you rather get semifinals in the UCL and be 1 point off first or win like League Cup in fourth? I'm going contend the whole time because that shows progression to the nth degree versus us just winning a trophy and maybe getting lucky along the way with our draws or whatnot. I care more, and I'm a weird person. I care more about the league than I care about Champions League. So like, I think that's a better measure of where a club is versus how a draw goes, a knockout tournament. I think if we have 90 to 100 points, or not 100 points, but 90 points, 85 points, or anywhere between that 80 and 90 points next year, we're good. We've done what we had to do. This Varane deal is, we're going to have the best center back pairing in the league. I don't care what anybody says. That's on paper. It's the best center back pairing in the league on paper.
you know what's interesting about what you said there as well about like the competing thing? That's exactly what Ollie meant about you know, the trophies of egos thing. And he's right. Like, we finish 6th next year, but win 2 domestic trophies. I'd be less happy than finishing 8 points off the top and getting to a semi-final of a Champions League. But still finishing inside the top 4. Like, if we finish 2nd, say 5, 6, 7 points off the top, and we get to a semi-final of the Champions League, I'm happy with that than falling out of the top 4 and winning domestic trophies because of it's to progress. I want to win those domestic trophies, but I would rather keep progressing in the league. That's the most important thing. And, you know, for me, like, I know a lot of people is like, trophies are very, very important. There's no doubt about it. I want to win them. My views are I want to win them at the same time as moving forward. It isn't, well, if I can't win the league, I just rather. I never get that notion from people. Daniel's joining us now as well to have you say this evening. I've got a few more super chats I've got to do here. First one from Neil O'Callaghan. He says, congrats on reaching 200k subs. Any further developments on the Liverpool transfer front? And will they sign anyone? Do you know what's interesting about that, bro? Is I heard this evening in some conversations I was having before I went out for dinner that maybe the Saul Niguez Barcelona thing now isn't going to happen. Although the way it was reported yesterday was like it was very, very close. There are some reports that it may not happen. So Saul Niguez and all these players are still options to Liverpool. However, I trust Dean Jones massively. I trust Dean Jones massively in terms of the information that he gets. And when he speaks, he's not there to be hyperbolic. You know this. He doesn't even tweet his information. He's not looking to get attention from it. Essentially, Liverpool need to sell before they buy. Yuri Tillemans, the Saul Niguez, these deals are very expensive. They are 80-90 million pound deals over the length of the contract, including transfer fees. Right now, Liverpool don't have the money for that, bro. Liverpool need to get rid of a few players before that's done. It's simple and as straightforward as that. But they are looking to get work done. There's no doubt about it at all. KJ joins us now as well. Back on the terrace.
Did someone say 200k? Did someone say 200k? Oh, listen, come on.
I haven't seen it like this for a while.
That's what I wanted to say as well. 200k, man. That's not even. We can't even brush over that line. Obviously, you've probably seen the celebrations already, just coming back from work. But congratulations, man.
Wait,
Deserve it.
You see how this brother tries to brush past it every time? Like,
yeah, you know, Terry. You know, I've deeped it. Terry does this all the time. Like, he's so cool. He's sipping his wine.
He does.
We know you're a mountain. We know you're a Mountain Dew type of guy, man. Like, come on, you can celebrate in that.
Do you know what it is? I've never had a birthday party because I don't want a party that's about me. Does that make sense? I'm always very like, yeah, I'm there for all your birthday parties, but I'd never throw one for myself. But my kids, I'm like, yeah, like I want them to be center of attention. But myself, I'm like, I'd rather just scuttle off in the back. Like I even host parties at my house. And after a while, you just won't see me. I'll just carry off away. I'm a bit weird like that. But thank you. I appreciate it.
So now we know we need to throw Terry a birthday party at some point.
It's crazy. Like I just deeped it a second ago. That my subscriber levels could almost fill Old Trafford 3 times. I just realized that, which is pretty amazing when you think about it. Tonks here with another super chat says, in New Jersey, myself could visit Canada soon to meet the legends. Nice haircut, Cam. Hi, Jess. Big up as always. I thought I said something else for a second. Then I'm not
even the question why there's ellipses are there after hi, Jess.
My goodness.
I thought I read something else. Igal, congrats. Oh, sorry. Big up. Sorry. Hi, Jess. Big up as always. Wow. Congrats again, Terry. Yeah, I just about got there. Sorry, it's me. Am I reading? It's very, very poor. It's very, very poor indeed. My 6-year-old boy. Do you know what? One of the proudest things I've had been around in this last week.
Being able to read a bedtime story without tripping up.
It's true, right?
Because he's dyslexic too, though.
That's true as well. Yeah, I can't read. My reading age is of a 6-year-old.
No, but listen, someone said to me the other day, like, I'm one of those things where I'm just so comfortable with it now. But I'm just sort of like, I listened to him read, and I was watching him. He made a card at my dad's birthday at the weekend. He was making a card and stuff, and I'm like, so happy that part of his brain worked because I was a kid. You get what I mean? Like he's also like he's good at sport, like, and he's very competitive. He's got a lot of my traits. But you know, like I don't know if any of you on here are parents, but I sort of I know most of you are not. You sort of sit there and you're like, please don't have this bad element of me. Like I don't know, it could be an ailment, it could be like something like that. And I'm so glad he can read and write good. Comment here from man like, but what time is that in Australia? Right, actually, that's early in Australia right now. Big up 200k. That's elite grind and work rate. Best football channel on YouTube. I agree with the Mbit. We are definitely the best football channel on YouTube. There's no doubt about it. No one else touches us, bruv. And that's because of the people. Do you know what I mean? How many other channels have one of their main hosts who just smashed it on Good Morning Britain, bruv? How many got that? Do you know what I mean?
Know.
Big
Yes.
No one.
It's
Boy,
amazing.
big up Anita, man.
Like I said to you this morning, Anita owes every single bit of that to me. Do you know what I mean? I said that, and then I addressed it really quickly afterwards so no one could clip it because there'll be a bit. I was like, absolutely a joke because someone will go, "Oh, Terry's trying to steal thunder." What is hang on? JJ says, "Congrats, Terry and the team for this milestone. Been watching, working from home since March 2020, and 16 months later, still at home and loving the channel. All the best, JJ. Thank you very much." And as I said earlier, the next stage for the Terrace is going to be hopefully just even better. And Maria Williams, I did see your dirty comment about when Cam said he's going to shower me. I did see your golden shower comment, and I can assure you,
Yeah, I saw the wrong in the comments. What was that about?
I'm sure you, Cam definitely doesn't have enough money to golden shower me. That's all I'm going to say. Like, it's a lot of money. Do you know what I'm saying? Terry, you can pick up your dad's item tomorrow evening, bro. I appreciate what it is. I'm going to come get it because I promise you I'll get it. But I wanted a rainbow cake from original back then for my dad's birthday. But I'm going to see him tomorrow morning. But I'll have to get it up to him another time because times change. But no, bro, I'll get it picked up off you either on my way up or way back from Essex tomorrow, and I'll have your money ready for you, brother. I never mess around with that. Terry, should I stop using cap locks? Yes, Twisted Bubba. Also,
No.
That is twisted. That is
That's
twisted.
the train.
How
That's
do
the
you
twisted.
twisted
That's
without
what
the
it is.
True, but I've got a different
people. Yeah,
question. Twisted. Are you the girl or the guy? You're the guy, but you could be the girl. Do you know what I'm saying?
I know.
And
Maybe they share an account. Maybe it's both of them.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
it's like, if it's the guy, it's like Jem with dark hair. It's true, but yeah, original base Andy, I've got the money for you, brother, and I'll be buying it. The cake looks banging, mate. It's big, massive rainbow cake, good value as well. It was, of course, I forgive you, Maria Williams has been around for a long time. Do you know what I mean? She's always there.
Don't you owe her dinner?
Yes, me and Adam Charles owe her dinner. We'll have to sort that out sometime. Me and Adam Charles.
I remember watching.
Wow.
I remember watching the other day a video where you're sitting in front of your car. No, where you're sitting in. I don't know where you were sitting, but it was from 2014. You got Maria Williams in the chat. You got Lincoln in the chat. You got Ebos in the chat. I'm recognizing majority of the people from the chat, even today, that were in the video. It just goes to show you how loyal some of these people are, and I just want to pick them up.
Shout out all the regulars in the chat, man. As a moderator, I've come to know these guys like family. Like I would say, like I enjoy timing them out when they say something bad about me, or they relate me to Chick for some reason, or don't really look like Chick. I mean, yeah, I big up everyone in the chat, man.
He's had that prepared for months and years. I need my time.
Do you know what? If anyone can send the link to Lambs, you know, I've realized I've never been on a stream with Lambs this whole time.
Yeah,
and it's like,
yeah,
I popped in for 5 minutes on a midnight vibe stream. That's your stream, bro. Do you know what I mean? I've never been one of my streams. And by the way, like, I know that you got the thing you're planning soon, the crossover streams. I know we spoke about earlier, but yeah, crossover streams are definitely things that Football Terrace will support with other channels, especially up and coming channels. Because what I think I've always said this, what's really important in the Football Terrace football community on YouTube is helping each other to grow and move forward. That's something we'd never hold people back from doing. So I know that KJ's working on that with people over at Never a Foul and stuff. So yeah, 100% get that done. Man, like to hear this is the brother that made me sing "Blue Is the Color" live on the air. But thank you. He says, "Congrats, Terry. Thank you for the amazing work, bro." So it's really weird reading these out myself. Best channel, best content. Stop listening to Talk Sport as much. Prefer your content. Now that's the biggest compliment you can pay me, because I was a massive Talk Sport fan growing up. Like Adrian Durham was my hero, and yeah, to know that at least one person stopped listening to them as much to listen to me is music to my little ear roll. So thank you. Man like Tonk says, how much was the cake? I'll sponsor it. Original base, and it's £60 was the cake. £60 I bought the cake for my dad. I gotta find a picture of it as well. Trust me, this thing looks banging. Original base Annie, I'm probably gonna struggle to find a picture. Send it to me again, please, bruv, because I've got a lot that goes on in my WhatsApp. My WhatsApp is mad. Where we at? Where's this cake? Oh, I found it. Look at this bad boy. By the way, if it doesn't look like this, I'll wait for the download here. Let me put it in big, and then I can share my screen. What other pictures does it show underneath this? I think crazy. I just checking. WhatsApp's mad for pictures, right? You know what I mean? People send you stuff on WhatsApp. I don't want to do a John Barnes. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them ones there. Right. Let me find this here. Let me get the WhatsApp up. I'm just double checking this.
Bruh, I wake up every morning.
Terry, you just say you don't want to do a John Barnes.
Look at that bad boy cake. That's some original base Annie. So if you want a nice cake, get one of these from original base Annie. Wow. Now, the reason I say
That's so good.
I know, right? That's the cake. That's the cake. But the reason I say that, KJ, is I'm not really into that stuff, but I've got at least 4 WhatsApp groups with boys, and some of the stuff that goes in there, it's like, I had to tell myself.
Cokes has come in. He sent a super chat.
Oh, brother, you don't need to do that, my friend. But thank you, I appreciate it. There we go. Original base Annie. I was buying it anyway, but I'm definitely buying that because man like Tonks bought it almost twice.
Flipping out, Tonks. You are mad, man. Thank you.
Wait, the Geeks promised £500, $500 when Varane signs. Massive congrats, man. Do you know who this is, everyone? Does everyone know who this is?
Yeah, Niall Cohen.
Yeah, yes. So this is Neil. Oh, they're spelled now. It's Neil, actually. I don't. That's so bad. I was calling him Neil. No, I was calling him Niall, like in my head all these times, and then someone said, "Yeah, me and Neil just spoke." I was talking to Martin for the first time at Snack, but that is the man behind Snack Media. Person who first came to me and made the new partnership possible. So thank you very much, Neil, for doing that. And yes, we've got some big things planned. Studios on the way. It's gonna be some big times. Indeed, no doubt about it. It is true, Lambs, that you've never been on the show, and it'd be good to get you on, especially when you're drunk. Like Lambs drunk.
Terry, if you can have a show, if you can host a show with Lambs drunk and host it well, like myself, you are goated. You're goated because I'm telling you, boy, it was fun, fam. It was fun.
Definitely was. KJ, your opinion on something though, and they're going to go to Daniel.
Yeah.
Raphael Varane, brother, closing in fast.
It's happening. It's happening. Like, there's nothing else to say. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing when Varane comes to Old Trafford, walks in there with his beautiful set of hair. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be wonderful. And then all I'm going to see is people like Jem call him a pace merchant. I don't mind him go to Man United. He's crap anyway. Look at the Euros. Yeah, all of that jazz. But when he's a Man United player, yeah, him next to Harry Slabhead Maguire, let's flip and go. I'm ready, bro.
It's amazing. How about yourself, Dan? I mean, I know, we spoke about it last night on the review show with the boys from the Red Sea podcast. I think it's called Red Sea podcast. I'm terrible at remembering names. A lot of people, there's still some doubters about it out there, Dan. They're like, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think you'll pull it off. From an outsider looking at this from a fan perspective, when you look at the types of people talking about this still being done, do you think it's pretty much a shoe-in now?
Yeah, I mean, United fans will probably know more than me on how realistic it is. I think it's a good move for them, but I think there's two sides to it. If I put my serious head on, I think, look, any person who's trying to dumb down Varane is worried about Varane's possible impact at Man United. It's a good signing. Like, no one can dispute that, in my opinion. It's a quality player. He's one of the best centre-backs in the world. Facts, regardless of the mistakes he's made. It's facts. He's one of the best centre-backs in the world. I do point to his 2 most recent times that he's visited England, that he's played against English opposition. He's been quite poor. So against Chelsea in the Champions League this season, if you want to still count it as this season, and Man City the year before, where he made 2 high-profile errors. However, my biggest worry, if I was a United fan, is you now have the squad, in my opinion, if you get Varane to compete, but can Oli take you over the line. So you're going to have Oli dealing with these players' primes, with these players' peak moments to win trophies. Obviously, Sancho, Rashford, these guys are going to be there after Oli and whatnot. Like they still got a way to go. But I'm talking about, you got Varane, you got Maguire, who I believe is maybe turning 27. I don't know how long Maguire stays at the top. I don't know. Yeah, you got De Gea, who I think obviously he's on his way out, but he's the last of, like, I think De Gea still has one more good trophy in him for Man United. Like, do you know, Paul Pogba, he's going in, like he's getting on. So it's just about whether or not Oli, especially given the resources he had last year, can he do it? Yeah, go on.
I wouldn't say as a United fan you should be worried about that. As a United fan, I think you should be excited about that, because then we get to actually see the answer of, is he good enough? And if he's not, then we all know what's going to happen. It's not like we don't know what's going to happen if he's not. We all know what's going to happen. It's not going to be there. And you've got managers out there. Conte's out there. It's not my first choice personally, but he's out there. Zidane, he's out there. So you've got multiple different managers available if he goes. So I'm cool.
Now to the United fans: what if Oli now does what he usually does, and he does the bare minimum? So what if he is in second place and has the part where he's competing for the title, but yet again after another season he doesn't win a trophy? I don't think Oli gets sacked, if I'm being honest.
Can I answer that?
If he challenges,
I just want to answer that. Sorry. Because I know everybody sees me as like an Oli in person. I'm not at all. I just back whoever's in the dugout. If we see progression, like we've been saying, or any reasonable fan has been saying, I truly believe in rebuilding and processes, because over here rebuilds take 7 to 8 years sometimes. The impatience I see with fans in the UK, and I'm not dissing anybody, the self-entitlement of like, we have to be good every year, nobody else is allowed to catch up or be good. Because if that was the case, Chelsea would still be in like the second division, right? Like, sports go through a cycle. This process was always going to be long if you looked at it from a wider lens of all the different factors, because we tried the solutions with LVG, the technical strong manager. We tried the get the trophies right away, the Josie Sierra winner. None of it worked. So we tore it down with Oli. Tore it down. That's going to take years. That was never going to take a year or two. We're in like year 3 of his rebuild. If next year we challenge and we look good doing it, hell yeah, keep him. Why wouldn't you? Because you don't know who's coming in and who's going to decide they want to destroy things that he's built. And then if the year after he still hasn't won anything, cool, done. You haven't won a trophy. Thank you for your service. Move him out. Like, that's it. It's like there's no loyalty to a manager who's not succeeding, but we have to be smart with the way we do things moving forward. We can't just recycle managers anymore. It doesn't make sense. Like,
I agree with you. I think it's a fair question. And as KJ said, I've been saying it for a good few days now, where I look at it and think to myself, I'm excited about the quality of these signings. I want these quality signings in, because it removes the debate. It stops the debate from happening. He's either good enough or he isn't, and then we see. And of course, contextually, we can review the season as and when it begins. But at the same time, where I'm really encouraged about Oli compared to, say, LVG and Jose, and even to a degree Moyes, towards the end of their leadership, there was toxicity and problems at the club. I think even if Oli isn't good enough, I think we leave with a fairly harmonious dressing room. You've got a situation now where Anthony Martial feels a little bit forced out. It now looks like he isn't going to be pushed out on loan because of Rashford taking the decision to get his arm worked on. But what's Martial done all summer? Martial all summer has spent his time getting fitter than he's ever been before, because he wants to fight for a place. I think that stems from people respecting Oli and respecting the club again. And so for me, I'm just really excited about it, if I'm being honest. I've got a few super chats to do here that says, well done on the 200K, room for another mod. I actually can't believe you're not a mod, to be honest with you. Yeah. I'm actually shocked. Man like Mohammed, you're a member. You've been around. You're pretty much in every single stream. I worry about losing a lot of these guys, though, as they get older and get jobs and wives and girlfriends and stuff. There's no
don't worry. You got the young boys coming through behind them. Lincoln, if you're still here, that's a problem.
No. I'll sort of a job with that, but then I'll just check in every once in a while.
You got Lincoln in the comments to the day he dies.
Listen, some of my viewers are as dedicated as me, and I think my dedication to my channel got me divorced. So I mean, quite literally. One of my warnings was we're not staying I don't want to be together anymore if you stick to YouTube. So I got the papers ready. I was like,
we got the special guest, Terrace.
it wasn't YouTube that I chose. It was what I wanted to. It's mad. It's what I wanted to do for a career, and I actually feel like is any man or woman out there whose partner is saying, "Don't do this job. I don't want you to be happy." Leave. That's just my advice to you. Speak to your priest first, but leave.
Yeah, Terry, it's happened for the first time. You and Lambs are on and stream together for the first time ever.
What's going on, Lambs? How are you?
Hey, I'm not too bad, actually. How are you, Terry? Do you know what? I was on a space with Terry. I think it was last night, wasn't it? When Johnny and Johnny were just going at each other, basically.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Johnny and Johnny? There's another Johnny.
Johnny Chelsea Johnny and Johnny United Johnny.
Oh, no.
That would have been crazy.
Man.
It was.
You guys, I gotta go, but yeah, this has been awesome. And I did say congratulations to Terry like off stream, but I didn't want to like, keep going. But yeah, congratulations on everything that you have achieved. I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.
Take care. The guy shelf. Okay. Yeah, no, that was a crazy stream last night. There's no doubt about it. Big up Tade in the chat as well, by the way. Pop in 10 bottles, bruv. 10? My friend. Listen, and more to come from you next year as well. So yeah, we've got with the studio coming, what's gonna be amazing next year when we start doing these shows is actually having everyone in the same room in London together. I can't wait for that. And by the way, just before we go any further, ladies and gentlemen, we're just introducing now, soon to be, in my opinion, one of the co-hosts on Good Morning Britain or BT Sports or Sky Sports, the best up-and-coming presenter in the world right now. The Queen is in the house. What are you saying?
Anita.
Oh, man.
All right, listen.
She's exhausted. She's been everywhere.
Wait, are you sure we fit into your schedule? Don't you have like a
It's got to be somewhere in 5 minutes or something.
You know what I mean? Like,
how busy Anita is, right? I texted her like 4 days ago because obviously the viewers don't know. We were arranging like a Football Terrace meetup where we're going to get together and have some drinks. I text like a few times. I'm like, can you have an update for me, Neats? And then every couple of days I sent them a reminder. And today she's like, oh shit, I didn't see any of these messages. I'm sorry, Terry.
I'm so sorry. I've been so bad with everyone lately. Like, I feel so guilty. Like, I feel really bad. No, like, I'm tired. I'm a bit drained, but grateful for opportunities and stuff. So I will never complain. And congratulations on 200,000, boo! Congratulations! Listen, whatever you're drinking, I want some. I'm surprised it hasn't arrived at my house yet.
I'm actually just on some little bit of Smirnoff tonight, just a bit of vodka.
Oh, is that it? Where's the Dom Perignon? Where's the 1942?
I do have champagne in the fridge, and I'm embarrassed to say I bought it because I thought we were going to win on Sunday. And it's still sitting there. Yeah, I have to save that now for when Man United win the Champions League. No, not really.
That's going to be very old.
You're going Yes, then, Terry.
Yeah, that's a long time. Now I'm going to bring that to the meetup on the what day we meeting now? Is it the 7th of August? I'm going to bring them to the meetup. They'll be in the hotel.
Wait, you changed it?
Yes, I had to change it.
I'm going to be back on the 7th, so I'll try.
Oh,
cool.
God's
Come on.
sake.
No. You don't try. You self-isolate. That's what you going to do.
Yes.
Hold on.
I land on the 5th. If you made it on the 7th, that's 10 days past.
We're good.
You land on the 5th.
The 25th.
We don't need none of that Beaver Towel variant. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, we don't need that here.
What?
We don't need that here.
My guy's moving mad. Okay, yo, I'm out, people.
70%.
We don't need that variant. Take the variant with you, boo.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we moved it just because a few people couldn't do that date, and then I ended up having other plans that came in. So I was like, I will move it. That's the date it's set. If people can't make it, it'd be sad. If you can make it, it'd be a great time. Looking forward to it. It'd be nice to actually. The only person I'd say on this stream now I've met face to face is actually Jem. He bought me dinner, which was very nice. He did. I didn't expect
I did.
it. Listen, I always say yes.
He
to
did
3 minutes.
expect it. He did. He was like, "Oh, where's my wallet? I can't find it."
Yeah, that was me. That was me. Bit of football talk though. Neats. Raphael Varane. One of the things players you trended for on socials last season.
Yeah.
On his way to Man United, maybe. What's your thoughts on that?
I feel like you guys need him more than Chelsea do. So do you know what? You guys getting him is a massive booster to you because you don't have. I don't know. I feel like you've got Harry Maguire, who's a certified centre back, but then you've got liabilities next to him. You know, so Raphael Varane is a very smart move. And yeah, it's just you guys building back up your team, innit? Make United great again. That's all I'm seeing. Making United great again. Make you guys, back into the talks with Chelsea and Man City and Liverpool, like you guys are now amongst us a little bit. That's how I see it.
Yeah, no, I agree. Lambs, how about your point of view? Like, do you think this is going to be a good signing for United, or is it being overhyped a little bit? What's your take?
No, obviously it's an essential signing. Literally, what Anita said. It's what you guys need, obviously, as well as maybe another striker. Definitely a DM, like 100%. You definitely need a DM. McFred is just not going to win you titles, not going to win you trophies, to be honest. And I think most United fans do know that. But my biggest issue with United is that even if you do get all of these amazing players, there's still the issue of the manager and Ollie. And does he know how to utilize these players? I don't think so, just from what I've seen in the past as well. I'm not saying like all of these games you should have won, but Villarreal, those players on that pitch were good enough to win that game, to bring you home that trophy. And Ollie just looked like he just really didn't know what he was doing. And when it comes down to the crunch times, the big games, I just feel like that's going to happen again because of Ollie.
Listen, Johnny, I totally understand what you're saying there, Johnny. It makes complete and utter sense. It's no, anyone you are. Listen, I think all Man United fans completely and utterly agree with you that there's whether they're Ollie in or Ollie out, there will be no more excuses, and we will really see what he's made of. And I don't think he's good enough to win us these major trophies. But I'm glad we're improving that squad. David's here with us. How you doing, mate? You good? Recovered after Sunday?
Yeah, I've recovered. I just want to say well done, 200k to everyone, and especially to Terry for giving us the opportunity. But I mean, if United sign Varane, they've got, suddenly best defense in the league, best attack in the league. They really don't have any reason to not win the league.
Yes,
as far as no, because all I'm saying is that they've got this is according to United fans. They've got the best left back. They've got the best one of the best right backs. They've got the best two centre backs. They've got the best attack. So I don't see any reason why they shouldn't win the league. But we move in it.
What are you talking about? I thought that you have I thought certain Chelsea had the best manager in the league.
But your manager can only do so
the
much.
Best young players in the league, like the best academy.
Excuse me, I've never said we've got the best young players in the league.
But saying that,
I'm not that guy.
But David, to be fair, it can't top. Remember, the mighty Arsenal have the best left back in the league. They've got one of the best goalkeepers in the league. You know what I'm saying? They've got the best strikers. You know what I mean? They've got the best youngster in Saka and Martinelli. You know what I'm saying? Like apparently Xhaka's better than Pogba. So
I mean that all or nothing.
They've just signed the new Yaya well in Lokonga.
Yeah, that's true.
That all or nothing. Imagine.
Has anyone seen Williams' transformation into becoming a right back?
No, bro, he's that odd, bro. Honestly, he looks like me, bro. And I was like, man's, because when you get fat as a dad, really, because you end up eating a lot of your kids' food because they don't eat it all. You're like, I ain't letting it go to waste. The amount of fish fingers I eat, like when I just ain't eating one, like, I'll munch that then, bro. Like, he's got dad bod, William, proper. I want to speak Liverpool for a minute because there's no Liverpool fans on. It'd be fun. I got a lot of Liverpool fans that follow me that I know, like the Terrace. I triggered a few. Well, I didn't trigger a few today. Big up yourself, Dean Jones, if you're watching. He triggered a lot of them today by saying they and I'm gonna. He didn't use these words, but I'm gonna quote Anita on this one. They're broke FC, right? They got no money for signing. Like they got no money. Does anyone see Liverpool falling away further this year, or do you actually think? Does anyone think they're going to bounce back and be really competitive?
I was watching one of their training videos. Like, I watched one of the training videos today, and then I see all the defenders coming back. Oh, what? Van Dijk's back, Gomez is back. But then when I think about it, look at their midfield now. I mean, they just let Gini Wijnaldum go. I mean, like, who starts in the midfield in first game of the season?
Thiago.
You could put anyone in there. They probably do a better job.
I think it depends on the level that Virgil van Dijk returns back for Liverpool. If he returns back to how he was before his injury, then that easily excels Liverpool up massively in terms of their total squad and whatever. But I just think with an injury like that, I think I don't think he's the same Van Dijk anymore. But it's yet to be seen.
I don't think he's.
I wouldn't say that. I would.
I've seen that injury finish a lot of players, and that's a serious injury, Dan, as well.
I hear it. Still, I think he had an Achilles. It's one of probably the worst sports injury for sure.
Exactly.
But I think what it is with everything to do with Liverpool. I think it was a stream that I was on with Terry. I basically said I actually think Liverpool will come back stronger this season because one thing about Liverpool is that you need to account for is one, they've got the manager, they've still got the same core. And one thing that always helps you in a Premier League title race is the core that you trust. The core that you know is the core that you trust. They don't have any new players that need to be integrated. Salah's still going to be a gunman next season. We don't envisage Mane to have the season that he had last year, or I don't anyway, because I really do rate Sadio Mane. Obviously, we get to see what happens with Firmino and whether they maybe try and replace him and whatnot. But look, Liverpool, Diogo Jota, I expect him to improve as well, and he had a really good season, and his season was actually good, but it was stop-start because of injuries. So I think Liverpool don't need to work. Trent, I don't think will be as bad as he was last year as well. And what killed Liverpool a lot, as much as we said they were making excuses, which I can agree to with to an extent, I think injuries did affect their season. Like, we can't cap and say injuries didn't.
Yeah,
affect
but you don't feel
season.
like they've been found out a little bit in terms of
found
the way they
out.
play. I think
Yes,
there's a lot of naivety in Klopp's performance.
No, found out for sure. But one thing I agreed with the Liverpool fan who spoke yesterday was they're such a system team that if one of the core cogs is removed, it affects the whole system. I mean, they're hoping and praying. A lot of everything they do hopes and prays and relies on the fact that all their cogs remain fit. And if that's the way you want to go, that's the way you want to go. I wouldn't do that personally, but I mean, it's worked for them. So
for me, I don't think their whole core is going to stay fit. First of all, as you can see, a few players getting injuries. Konate, again, I know everyone's like the Liverpool fans who don't know about Konate. They're going to be like, he's going to be a really good centre back for us. He probably will be for about 15 games of the season, and the other games he's out injured, and you've got somebody else who needs to come in, and your backups tend to be quite injury prone as well.
Yeah,
but my thing with Liverpool is that I need to see what Klopp does, because before all their injuries, he went super high line trying to advance them into a new thing. Now when all the centre backs are back, does he go back to that? Because if he does, I only see them going down. But it was starting to.
That's the thing about Liverpool. People
for me, right?
About Virgil van Dijk.
Go on, Neats.
Oh, sorry. I think a key issue is what David said. Like, I don't think their core is going to stay fit as per se. So, obviously, you've added Konate, who's an injury-prone player, to the mix. Fair. And Van Dijk will now become injury-prone because, I think it was an ACL that he tore. Yeah, and we all know once you get a little knock on it, that's it. Like, you're done for another couple of weeks. So how are they gonna sustain that? We don't know what fitness Gomez is in. And then you look at Henderson. Henderson picks up a nasty injury, took him out for months. Is that gonna make him a more injury-prone player? And then you look at Salah and Mane, and then you look at African Cup of Nations coming in January. Who's gonna replace them for that? I think Liverpool need to make some serious transfer business, even if it's not, the big name stars, even if it's just like mini replacements that can replace Mane and Salah when they go off to AFCON, because Jota can't do it by himself, and we know Firmino can't do it. So they need to make some serious changes to the entire team. And I don't think Klopp's system has ever been found out as per se. I think it's just unfortunate that there's been injuries, and like Daniel said, you take one of them out of the picture, it all comes tumbling down, and that's, again, it's going to be an issue for them next season. Do I think they're going to contend for the title? No. Top 4, yes, but it's going to be a tough ask, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be an interesting one. I know AFCON means only going to miss 2 or 3 games, but it's that on top of everything else. They need those signings, and I kind of quote at quite a few Liverpool fans that are friends of the Terrace and been on the Terrace a lot. All the Coppish boys, big up Cal, Matt and Drifty over there, and Grizz kind of came in with quite a lot of positivity that they, he's still confident they're going to bring in the right kind of player, and I totally get that. It's just if they don't, I'm just intrigued to see what happens if they don't. I want to see what Liverpool fans' reactions are. Still get a lot of united front with them, and we're just going to stand by them.
You know, sorry, Terry, before you
go
on, about that point about what Grizz made about they'll get the right profile players in. I think about it. I don't know where Liverpool fans get this confidence that this would happen, because I know, yes, they've made very good signings in the past, but they also went a whole transfer window without signing anyone before. I think it was like the only one was that Van der Berg kid who we've not seen touch grass.
Oh, that's the guy that looks like Ed Sheeran, isn't it?
Yeah. Look like him. They've probably signed more duds than they have actually players that worked out. But because the players that worked out have done so well and won in the Premier League, it masks over actually, you still brought in Minamino. You know what I mean? You still brought in Solanke. They still brought in who else is there? Rich, Kabak. Kate has been a massive flop. Ox hasn't worked out as well as we thought they would. Like they still haven't got any backup wingers, any backup strikers. Like they still got Shaqiri, they still got Origi. Like, should Liverpool fans be more worried when you actually look at it? Because them saying we have no money could be an actual thing of they actually have no money, because we've seen it happen before. Like we've seen them have no money and actually not signing.
I think it's weird. Sorry, I think it's weird that everybody talks about Virgil van Dijk coming back being the big thing, where a lot of their struggles before he went down, where they weren't scoring goals anymore. Like the goals dried up really quickly. And I know obviously with Salah, he will get his. And yes, Mane, everyone's saying he probably won't have the same season, but you're relying on a lot of goals then from Jota and Firmino. A lot. Like, and I know Genie, you don't rate him, David, but he was actually very integral to the way they played in that midfield. So now, like, nobody's rating Keita. He's garbage. Thiago's not good. I think the problem with Liverpool next year is the fact that their midfield is going to be dead. Like, I know they typically bypass it the way they play with that high octane style of heavy pressing, and then you have a midfielder just recycle the ball. But I don't think they even have that right now. So this is why I actually think they're going to, I agree with Neitz, they're not going to be in the title challenge. I think they're going to be challenging for top 4. That's like, I don't think they're going to be a shoo-in. That's just how I look at it.
Cam, I don't think they have a plan B, and the reason they don't have a plan B is because their squad depth don't allow them to have a plan B. So you look at their bench, it doesn't really allow them to be able to switch it up. And this is why for Liverpool, it's so important that they sign. I think they need to sign someone up front. I think they need to sign another winger. They definitely need another midfielder. Their squad depth doesn't allow them to adapt to different formations anyway, because it's just limited. And that's why I think if they go into next season with the squad that they got, they will get found out, because there is no plan B. That's the way I see it.
Great points for everyone there. A couple of big bits of transfer news. Now, first one, Graham Bailey, British journalist, but he's a Spanish correspondent, has just come out and said that sources close to Raphael Varane to Manchester United have said there is still an element of caution from Man United, but talks with the players' representatives are going very well, and they are hopeful and excited in equal measure. They can now see the finish line. That's again, Graham Bailey isn't known to overtly bullshit, but there we go. But in bigger transfer news today, I just need to make this announcement. Maya Graham has signed for Millwall, which is quality as well.
Wait, when I saw her get the whole actual player treatment of like the media photos and like the announcement video, I was like, I know a professional footballer. Like you know what I mean? Like, I just felt so proud, man. Like, big up Maya, man. She's so good, man. Like,
I know. It was good to see and well done. Do you know what I mean? Like repping Millwall, historic London club as well. You know, it's mad. Actually, one of my best friends from school, his dad was the first black man to ever play for Millwall, actually. So like I remember going to like an event there once and I pictured all their legends up and he was on there and I was like, I swear that's my mate Stephen Bourne. None of us knew he was a footballer well before our time. I remember going back to school next day. I was like, Steve, your dad a footballer? And he looked at me like, how did you not know that? And I was like, oh, shit, I didn't realize who he was. But there we go. Good baller his dad was. And his kids, I can't believe they didn't make it as pros. But I'm digressing again like I always do. A lot of people asking where's Prime or whatever. I wanted to just say real quickly as well about the 200K thing. Like, it's a little bit humbling, like I said at the beginning of the stream. And I'm very, very proud that we've achieved it. But I do want to like thank quite a few people that have helped get us here, because although I know I've put in hours and days and time of work, there have been people along the way that have helped us, and without them we wouldn't be where we are. You know, there's some of the original content creators that I had, the likes of Bryant in the United States as an example, that, you know, this man would sit on streams with me 3 times a week when there was like 8 people watching, and that's real dedication when you can sit through. And 2 of them people were us with our screens open. Do you know what I mean? So there's only really tuning in at that time. So a big thanks to him. And I would, again, everyone at UFF and Don Robbie as well, who's part of that. They gave me a massive opportunity back in 2017 with Fan Park Live and what we did there. And there was huge growth out of that. So I'm always grateful for what Robbie did for me, and what the likes of, no one's going to know who Ross and Brett are, but Ross and Brett over at UFF, they were absolutely massive. Of course, Neeks, Adam Charles, the boys at the Coppish, as I say, Ramsey, Devo, like these lads. Again, I had no one to collaborate with, but these boys were always there for a long, long time. And again, without them, the Terrace wouldn't have been turned into what it was. Have Hope as well. Obviously, Matt, Callum, Drifty at Coppish, and Devo. That I think it's now Mad Sports that he's doing. But he was part of the Football Banter Show. If anyone doesn't remember that, it shows how new they are to things. So massive thanks to them, and then all you lot. All the newbies, the last year guys, like honest to God, like KJ, like for doing Midnight Vibes, which is a brilliant show, actually brings some fun and entertainment, something a little bit younger to my audience, because I've realized in the last year I am really getting old. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it needs to be these fun elements, like the likes of Anita, Kendall, and all the other hosts of our shows. That Callum, of course, hosts one of our shows. Who else hosts our shows? I know that Eleanor's not here anymore, but in terms of hosting a show, Eleanor did a great job. Bits and Bobs and Aaron that were running that United show as well. Like all those hosts that we had, and then all of our panelists. Like legitimately, I think the last 12 months, the way what these shows have become, not the characters like your actors, but the kind of the different personalities that you've all brought to the channel have changed things massively, and they make it more entertaining. And as I said, one of my next aims, KJ knows this because I spoke to him about it privately. I'm trying to build the Football Terrace to a point now where I can really give back to people financially, job-wise, and everything else. And it's why when I was getting so much stick maybe 6 months ago for trying to turn this into a business, thinking I need it to be a business so that I can actually give back from it. So I just want to thank all of you that are currently on this panel, every single one of you. You're all big parts of my shows, Midnight Vibes and everything else. And everyone from the past as well that helped get us to that point. I just want to say thank you, because although I know I put a lot of work in, without your dedication, without your time, without your effort, the shows would never. I could nowhere could sit there for an hour and a half after a game talking if it was just me. It would be impossible. And I suppose on top of that, I have to thank the subscribers and the viewers and the members and super chatters, because without you watching, I mean, it would be pretty pointless. Do you know what I mean? To go to all this every day. So, yeah, massive thank you to all of you that have helped make this possible. I just wanted to do that before we finish, because I just. Yeah, I'm humbled and very, 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 very grateful. So thank you all. Cheers.
And big up to you as well, Terry, for getting to 200K, man. Well done, man. And you're on the road to 1 mil as well. I'm sure it won't take you long, mate. And you'll be there very, very soon. We'll be a long way.
Like, it's so nice to like hear, obviously, the Football Terrace, 200K subs, Anita and Good Morning Britain, all the interviews that she's done and her appearances as well. Like, big ups to you for that. Daniel as well. I see what you're doing as well. Big ups to you as well. And obviously the news about Maya as well. So it's all honestly really amazing. Well done, guys. It's been a crazy year, but still some success stories to celebrate.
Yeah, no, I agree. And look, Anita knows what I think of her and where I think she's going to be. Like, I tell her enough, and she used to keep. It's kind of weird to say this when we're on air, but just keep doing your thing. You're going to absolutely kill it. Daniel, I mean, I think he's fluked it, to be honest. Like, be honest with you.
The man got so far with those damn cuttings. It don't make sense.
Like, you know what I mean? I've seen
You've
these
rigged the
right.
game, bruv.
It's like watching my 6-year-old write with a crayon with his left hand. You know what I mean? I don't get it. Daniel's hella talented, you know.
Yeah, he's good. He is.
One of them ones.
That was a great article that you wrote the other day, Daniel. It was so
It was very good, bro. Well done.
Daniel gave me my favorite TFT chirp ever was the I've got 2 degrees in the same time that it took United to get no trophy.
Yeah,
I still remember that. I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna shut up.
It's true. It's facts.
Nah, really, all I'm doing is I'm just feeding off of Anita anyway, my babes anyway, on air if you didn't know. So.
No.
TFT love it, yeah? What's going on? Love it.
Nah, joking, man.
My babes. See Anita's face. She's like, don't ever.
Anita's
That's bad. Look, more stuff's gonna come out of it, as I say. Like we've got a lot of stuff in a lot of Stokes in it's sort of a lot of I don't know what the word is. Things in the fire. What's the phrase?
There's more. Just say
a lot of
stuff
shit going on.
There we go.
That's what we're doing, and it's gonna be good next year. And the viewers, you get to get involved as well with some of the shows we're developing. Member for nearly a year, watching as long as I can remember. Fair play, bud. Keep up the content. Keep the content flowing. Love this channel. Keep it going. Do you know what I think as well? Like for me, it's very therapeutic. Like there are some times like after the England game, like my brother was in the house, and I said, like, as soon as we missed that penalty, I was like, yeah, I gave my brother a hug. I said, brother, man, get home safe. I'm going to work now. I almost feel like especially after games, I need the Football Terrace community so much. It's so cathartic and therapeutic for me. It is, and you know, met some great. I think I've met great people. I haven't met them all face to face yet because we were going to do the first Football Terrace meet. I was considering doing a pool party at my house, and then I'm like, I don't know who that the underpants. You know what I mean? I don't know.
All I'm gonna say is there's a phrase that says
my jocks. You know what I mean?
Or there's a phrase that says don't trust mods. I don't know why they say that, but I'm just saying they say don't trust mods.
Yeah, I go upstairs and Lincoln's boxer shorts on. Lincoln's wearing my boxer shorts. Like, I imagine it. Don't do that, Links. That's Donny James. Donny James, do you want to come on, Donny James? Donny James, we'll get Donny James. Donny James, I'm going to DM you on Instagram the link, brother. I want you to come on. Obviously, we all know who Donny James is. Him and Kendall are practically engaged now. Practically engaged.
Wow.
We're here.
Stop saying these things because people believe it.
I actually believed it. I'm joking.
Kendall's coming for you, man. She's gonna come for you.
Kendall's answer for the streaming right now.
Where's he at? Oh, look who's here. Look who's here. Man like Cal, what you saying, bruv?
I could not come on there and wish you congratulations, Terry, man. Well done, bro. Well done. Big moves.
I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it.
Cal's got the all black drapes, the all black shirt for the funeral of his football club.
Liverpool, and then Callum just pops up.
Cal's been hiding for ages, you know that. Literally, I haven't seen him around here for a very long time.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I just
talking about yourself. We were talking about
you. My ears were burning. I was like, I've got to jump in. Something's going on. But no, congrats, Terry. Absolute pleasure knowing you, man. Keep up the great work.
No, look at look at Donny's face because he's on the stream.
Look at his face. Just look at his face.
I feel so proud.
You all right, Aaron?
It's like a moment.
Are you all right?
Mate, I'm doing good. I'm chilling. I've got a lot of projects going on right now, and it's all because of the Terrace. You changed my life. Like some of the things that you guys are doing, Anita with the GMB, Mai with the football. Like you guys sent me on the right path that these guys are on right now, and you guys changed my life. So it's an honor being on here, man. To celebrate 200K.
Absolutely. Can you also, before we are talking transfers, what's the latest rumors on incoming for Donny?
There we go. At least one of our trialists is getting a contract, which I expect to be one of your former youngsters, Aidan Barlow, who scored a first half hat trick in the preseason match. He's a baller. Can't wait to see him in the shirt. Away kit's getting revealed tomorrow. We've got 6 signings already through the door, 1 loanee, 5 permanent. And we could be getting 2 or 3 more loans through the door. So still 2 or 3 more deals. But apart from that, we're all good for the season.
Didn't you sign an ex-City player? Is it Jordi Hula?
Oh, I'm crying.
That's the newest signing, a few days back. I can't wait to see this guy play.
Listen, I'm telling you now, FIFA won the kid, that boy. He's going to be excellent. Absolutely brilliant. I got him to like 85 rated.
He's going to be our first teamer along with John Taylor on the wing. So I'm looking forward to see how Taylor and Hula pair up next season. I'm so looking forward to it.
James, make sure that away kit announcement doesn't clash with the eventual Jadon Sancho home kit announcement video.
It's tomorrow, so United better stall just in case.
There's a comment here, so this made me die. It says Fabrizio, here we go. Kendall to contrast the 5-year contract for 1 week.
We love to see it.
Massive. I appreciate you coming on, Aaron. Of course, Cal as well. Appreciate it as well, brother. Like Cal's, I was saying that Cal's like one of the originals, like that sort of doing content for years now. Like before it was popular. Do you know what I mean? Where you got laughed at. My son also only realized this visit that I'm a YouTuber. He started watching like gamers. He sits there watching this kid called Ethan Gamer TV. Playing this weird robot-y type game, and he's like, Dad, I want to be a YouTuber. And I was like, I looked at him and said, do you know any YouTubers, son? He went, no, I'm not that lucky. I was like, I'm a YouTuber. He was like, he looks at me, and suddenly he went, do people know who you are? And I was trying to train him, and he was like, and then he started watching the content, literally a minute in, he's like, Dad, I'm really bored. When are you going to play games? I was like, no, we don't play games. We talk about football matches. And he looks at me like, that's not a thing. I was like, wow. He goes back home soon. I can't wait. No, I mean messing. Tonks here with super chat says Jem has me dying. Yeah, Jem was laughing. Wait, either Jem was laughing funny or you're looking at his haircut. It's one.
Yeah, one of the two.
Of the two. Maria Williams, because my kids watch Ethan. I get weirded out though that there's like little kids. Like, obviously, their parents edit it before they put it out there and stuff. But I just found it weird to watch. Like it's like, son, what are you doing? I don't get gaming content though. I still don't get it. I don't get watching someone else play a computer game. I never.
It actually. Yeah, it's actually pretty fun. No, it's pretty. No, it can be pretty fun, especially if you're in a position where you can't get that game or your parents won't let you get that game, so you kind of experience it through them playing it. That's basically the gist of it.
Yeah, when you're about to.
Imagine Terry with a Road to Glory FIFA career mode with like what?
Listen, Lincoln. You're using too many gamer words, too many nerd words. You don't know what's going on now.
Terry ever played FIFA? It's only Man United, and he's only signing people from like. He's
trying to say it's Man United, and he's playing kickoff against the same team every single time because you don't know what's going on.
Bro, I've got a PlayStation in my house. I've got a PlayStation 2. Right? It's no. I've got a 4. I'm not that old.
You have to turn it on.
Yeah, I did. All right, mate. When we're all out in about 3 weeks' time, when we're all out, then we're really going to see what's what. Then we're going to really see who's like normal, who's a geek.
Yeah, come on, let's do
Trust me, bro. We're like, Terry's all right for an old man. Trust me, I'm all right, bro. I'm good. I'm good for an old geezer. Terry's old.
KJ, Terry, KJ and Jem aren't even really that tall in real life, so you.
Listen, Terry's
KJ's 5'1". KJ's 5'1". We know
that's a lie. That's a lie for one. And two, Lambs. Why are you baiting the man about?
Anyone's taller than KJ, so that's not hard, is it?
KJ. Prepare them. Just prepare them.
I'm like 6'2", so
we're gonna start calling him KJ Baggins. Do you know what I mean?
KJ, you look. I'm not gonna lie, KJ on stream, you look tall.
No,
I'm not even mugging. I swear to God, I'm not even trying to mug you. I swear to God, I'm not.
No. I am normal height, average height. That is me.
Buy
I'll
the
be
normal hat.
I heard a rumor.
Hey,
I heard a
hey,
rumor.
do you know? Sorry. So do you know that scene from Shrek? Yeah, look when that guy Lil Farquaad he's walking to the table.
Hey, bro. Hey, listen. You're saying that, bro. But guess what?
No,
My man had more peas than you ever would imagine, bro. You know what I'm saying? My man was
It's
rich,
called,
fam.
it's called KJ Lord Farquaad.
Lord Farquaad. I heard a rumor. I heard a rumor that KJ was a stunt double for Scrappy Doo. That's
Nah, listen. Scrappy Doo, yeah. I know he was a fake guy, but bro, he paid me my peas. So if you want to make fun of me, but I'm rich,
Fair enough,
then cool,
bro.
innit?
I can imagine KJ trying to jump people and he just like jumping on them, bouncing off. Just
Boy,
giving
jump people. Listen. I got the hops, man. I got the hops.
Hang on, what's it? Emil Smith.
Wait. I can make you announced, but Smith, bro.
Well,
No, that can't be true.
I didn't know until it was revealed in an interview that Ross Barkley had Nigerian heritage. So
Yeah, I knew that. Smith Rowe. I know he's from Croydon, but it's a bit stereotypical, isn't it? Everyone from Croydon is like a Ghanaian, like Nigerian or Jamaican, like we're diverse out there.
Yo, Cal, you know what it is? It's the road. That road part and the last that's it.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from.
I've looked online. There's no mention of like Jamaican family members in Smith Rowe's family.
Well,
Like,
nah,
there's no
you're Aaron, don't worry about that. We always there. We always be there.
I'm not in the competition. Don't you worry about that. They got
I think
some
it runs
sick
in
players.
Pepper's bloodline as well, probably. We need to check that one as well.
Who won? I think they won their game.
Come on.
The other night.
Nice.
2-0.
All right, come on now.
Every goal was mad.
I saw the first goal and I thought, wow, standard of goalkeeping, bro. Like I was
I honestly, like we can see the free kick. We can see the penalty. Basically, saved the free kick, dropped the ball on his knee, let it go, and tackled the player for a penalty. I thought all goalkeepers were bad after I saw that goal.
Gary Turner here says it's been bugging me for ages. Jem's hair and what it reminds me of. I just twigged. The wolf from the second Huntsman
movie with
What's from the second Huntsman?
I've never watched that.
It makes me laugh. There's no one actually seen curly hair before. I find it very
No,
weird.
we've seen curly hair,
It's
but
very,
why does
very
it sit?
weird.
Why does it sit in your head like that, bro? Like that's the
Because
question.
Normally it goes all
I've
the
shaved
way
my
around,
sides
but
off.
yours
I have
is
no
just
sides, and I leave this long. That's why it looks.
It reminds me more when like camera angle. You remember Luff Chunk. That's what it reminds me of. Frank for Terry. Sorry, Frank. Thank you for giving Frank. Thank you. I thought I might just great. Thank you for giving us voices. Listen, that's what the Football Terrace is here for. Without your voices, it's trash. Spurs fans, Phil Jones for free. He's got good resume. You mean resume? That mean resume.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's Gem, bro. That is Gem.
Nothing like me, man.
That is Gem there.
I don't know.
Trying to bring up the images. That's all I'm going to say.
A lot of people asking, is KJ really 5'1"?
No,
he's 5'6".
He's short, but
right? Allow him.
To be fair, I'm 6'2", but many people think I'm taller than that.
Whoa. Hey, sorry, Aaron. Don't flex on us. Don't flex on us, Aaron. Like,
I'm 6'1".
Aaron, don't make KJ cry today.
come on,
No,
man.
trust me. This one gave me a midnight platform, so I won't dare flex on KJ.
You know what? That's three things you've got over KJ, right? You're getting in there with Kendall.
Oh my God.
Knowledge, and you're over 6 foot. Jeez, bro. Like KJ in the mud tonight.
How can I ever compete? How can I ever compete, bro?
And how can you ever compete with Donny James, bro? Out of here. But yeah, you look. So I thought you were shorter than that, Donny James. I thought you were sort of like 5'5". That's how you look.
No, I'm taller than. I'm the tallest one in my family, like 6'2".
How tall's your dad?
About 5'11", 6 foot.
Okay, I thought if you're gonna say like 5 foot or something, I'd be like, oh, he's your mum.
Maury, where's Maury?
Yeah, that's mad. Like my youngest son Jackson, his mum's taller than me. Again, I don't do inferiority complexes. You know what I mean? It is I'm strong-willed like that, right?
Yo, did she send you to the naughty corner when you get in trouble, Terry?
Brother, do you know what I mean? I like a strong woman. That's all I'm gonna say. Not one of these punk ass women to be submissive. Do you know what I mean? It had to be stronger than me, both physically and mentally. But anyway, do you know what I mean? The problem is, all sons got to be taller than their dad. That's my fear with Jackson. Jackson's going to be about 6'3", 6'4", as a scientific fact. And that's a lot taller than his dad. So I just feel sorry for him because there's going to come a stage where I'm going to have to knock him out so he knows who's boss. Like I'm actually going to have to spark my son's plugs just so he learns not to chat too much. Have we made? Oh, Jem. I was about to say, did we make Jem run off and cry? But he is back.
Nah, my phone's just bugged out, bro.
There we go. Man like DJ, big up Terry and everyone on the panel. Congratulations to 200K. Viewing this channel for sure has been excellent during lockdown. May it continue. Haaland to Chelsea, I hope soon.
Yeah.
I can't say I hope soon, but first, put your first informal, formal, not formal, unofficial, official bid in today. I love that bit. The fact that today's bid or inquiry got hijacked by the semantics, I was dying, bro. It was like everyone was arguing over whether it was formal or informal. I'm like, bro, just make it moves. Be happy. Daniel says, congrats, Terry, and check Rob Holding post.
Damn.
What's he done?
I just is Rob Holding. Look
at that
dome.
Oh, Holding's gone.
Picked it.
Yeah, but he had to. No.
That's what
you made the right choice.
That's what Arsenal Football Club will do.
He reminds me of a YouTuber called Callum's Corner. If you don't know, he's been called a Tic Tac head for some apparent reason a few years back. So he kind of reminds me.
All right, now listen. He made the right choice. You see, man, them like Lacazette and man, them like Mane. They need to follow this example. Let it go.
Mane went Turkey. Mane's good now.
Aubameyang's on that level as well.
I swear to God, I've just seen the comments, and the first comment I saw was Rob Boulding from Man Like Mine.
I like Rob Boulding, bro.
That's gonna stick for a while. Let's be serious. There's nothing wrong with being bald, isn't it, Terry? Tell him. What's wrong with that, man? If he wants to be bald, he can be bald, isn't it?
I'm not bald per se. I'm thinning is what I'd call it, but it's all right. It's okay. It's still look better than you, Jim. Do you know?
After seeing that picture, I finally understand Mandem's obsession with the hairline because, damn.
It's what Arsenal does to you.
It was always interesting. I think it depends on how someone looks because, like, I don't think Vin Diesel cares about hairline. Do you know what I mean? He looks good with it. Do you know what I mean?
You need hairline. Came out of the room with no hairline. He's never had a hairline. He's always been bald.
Yeah, but he's got family in it. So
yeah, you know his hairline's when he got family.
If I lose my hairline, I'm going to be an audio-only YouTuber, put it that way.
Well, big up Holding. Big up Rob Holding. I hope you have a good season next season.
I'm hoping to go Turkey.
Let's go Turkey, mate.
Nah, that's the thing. Hats don't suit me. It'd have to be audio.
You can have Justin Bieber hair. You can have whatever you want, bruv. Go Turkey.
I don't know.
Viewers, I need you to all do me a favor, by the way. So Jess is streaming right now, and she's like 100 subscribers away from hitting 2,000. So I'm posting now in the link in the comment section. Sorry, Jess's YouTube channel. Make sure you get across to Jess's YouTube channel now and subscribe, please. Whether you're watching on Twitch, whether you're watching on Twitter, or you're watching right here on where are we? YouTube. So make sure you go and get that done now. Go and subscribe to Jess's channel. She knows Arsenal, one of the best Arsenal content creators out there. Don't judge by the size of the subs, judge by the quality of the content. I've said that for years. By the way, Neat Sports is actually still one of the best YouTube channels out there. It still actually makes me angry that it doesn't get more. Some people out there are 1,000,000 subs and they've got pure fart. Go check out Jess. Go and get yourself subscribed to that right now. The link is in the comment section. Please go.
And when you get there, people type in the comments. Terry said he's going to buy you those Birkin bags. Just tell her that. Tell her that Terry said he's buying you them Birkin bags.
She's gonna have whatever bag she wants from me, 100%. Like, it's all good. jokes. It's jokes, people. Calm down. Just a joke. Listen, everyone who has tuned in tonight, a massive thank you to each and every single one of you. Humbled, as I say, to hit that 200K mark. Back tomorrow with more content for you. As it's Friday tomorrow, more content for you tomorrow. As always, don't take a day off. Days off for wimps. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. God bless, and we'll see